Welcome to IELTEC.english.com. This is an IELTS cue card that appeared in June and July 2018. The variant that appeared in July 2018, you can clearly see it by just clicking on the link below this YouTube video, somewhere down, and you will see the July 2018 version. This one appeared in June 2018. A similar question appeared in July 2018, and I can expect this question to repeat in future as well. So describe a building you like. Please say what is it, where and when did you see it, and why do you like it. The purpose here to discuss this answer is to discuss some of the elements that are crucial to score well. We'll be looking at some of the elements, how to implement them, what do you mean by collocation, cohesion, and how you should structure the response. So we'll be going through them quickly in this answer. So I begun, I love exploring the world and have visited more than 10 countries in the last decade. Now this is a general statement, but you will note that this is not as general as it sounds. It is very specific in nature. I've mentioned about 10 countries, in fact more than 10 countries in the last decade. So there is a time frame and there are a specific number of countries. So both are specific in nature, which is important to score well in the IELTS exam. And you have just 1 minute to think these things. So during that 1 minute, you should quickly write down, okay, I've been to 10 countries during the last 10 years. So that's how you write. You write really fast, okay? During this, now this refers back to this phase, refers back to the last decade, and this promotes cohesion. Okay, the referencing device, it builds a bridge between two sentences. So during this phase, I've seen numerous buildings, so a lot of buildings, and when two words come together, it's called collocation. They're naturally occurring words. Naturally they come together. That's a collocation. So I've seen numerous buildings and I admire the Eiffel Tower the most. So this pretty much answers the first question, what is it? So this one is answered and one part of the job is done. Where and when did you see it? Now you have to clearly write or clearly speak the year. It's 2014. So you have to write 10 countries, 10 years, numerous buildings. You need not write it, but you need to write Eiffel Tower, and it was year 2014. So you have to spend this time very wisely. The 1 minute is crucial for performance in exam. In 2014, I organized a trip to France. Eiffel Tower is in France with my friends and visited Paris, the capital of this country. So you have mentioned when and where. Okay, it is here that I saw this iconic building or this famous building or this magnificent building. So you can use a number of words. Magnificent buildings. This magnificent building. So what does this refer to? Note that I have used a number of cohesion and collocation devices that will increase the scores. What does this refer back to? This refers to Eiffel Tower. Okay, so I'm building bridges between sentences. This iconic building, it's a collocation. It is a World Heritage Site. Now I'm using it to refer back to the Eiffel Tower. This is again building cohesion, though I've not mentioned it, but it is building cohesion. It is a World Heritage Site and I love it for two reasons. Now here I have given a hint to the examiner. Okay, I'm going to structure the response. I'm going to give you two reasons and the response will be very structured. So a crucial element to score well in the exam is that your answer needs to be structured. Remember, human brain is not able to comprehend complex things. Human brain needs very simple and structured things, and the examiner is a human. So you need to keep things very simple for the examiner. You need not make them very complex, okay? So two reasons, and that's a structured response. So we'll begin with firstly, And then it's secondly. So these two are building cohesion. Unlike other famous buildings, so this is another collocation that I've not mentioned. I assume that you will develop a habit of writing or understanding these collocation devices. Unlike other famous buildings, which are made of brick and concrete. Again, which is an adjective pronoun. It's an adjective pronoun. It gives importance of famous buildings. So what are these famous buildings like? What do they look like, or what is their quality? So their quality is which are made of bricks and concrete. Okay, so this is an adjective pronoun, and it in turn, in fact, builds cohesion. It links the quality of famous building with famous building. It's a bridge between the two. So which is a cohesive device here. So this is another collocation. Cohesion are made of bricks or concrete. It is made up of iron. So unlike other buildings, unlike some buildings, this building, that is Eiffel Tower, is made of iron. So I've used a number of collocation and cohesion devices. So number 1, number 2, number 3, 4, and 5. So within the same sentence. That's a sentence which will fetch you bands. This is unique. Now what does this refer to? It refers to this part. It is made up of iron. This is unique since iron, now since is another cohesive device. It's basically saying because. It's again acting as a bridge between the two. Since iron rusts really fast, it's a collocation, and during construction a special coat was applied to increase life of the metal. Secondly, while buildings, this is another cohesive device, while buildings such as, this gives examples, such as is used to give examples, and it is again a cohesive device. It acts as a bridge between examples and the sentence. While buildings such as the Taj Mahal, White House, Versailles Palace were constructed for residential purposes, this building represents the culture of Paris. So I've mentioned while X, Y construction. So while some buildings were constructed for residential purposes, this building was constructed for cultural purposes. So it's while X, Y. There's a famous museum in the building and a few excellent restaurants. Remember, famous museum is a collocation. The building, the is an article which helped in building cohesion. So it is used for referencing. What does it refer back to? It refers back to the Eiffel Tower, the building, and a few excellent restaurants that serve exquisite French food. Now that's again collocation. What's the nature of French food? It's exquisite. Remember the use of a few. A few means there are enough restaurants. There are a good number of restaurants. Okay. So this was my explanation for structuring the answer in this manner. I hope it was useful and you will be able to replicate some of the principles explained over here in your answers to improve your response. All this has to be done in 1 minute, and it may seem difficult, but it's not impossible. With enough practice, you will be able to achieve it. Thank you for watching the video.